Alright guys, I thought I'd show you a little cutting and welding here we're doing. I got a lot of comments on other videos. Everybody likes seeing the plasma cutter and us doing stuff, welding and whatnot. So today we've got, I actually already cut one out. We're getting ready to cut out a set of belly pan plates for an 850 JR, one of the military tractors. So when I buy them, a lot of times they do not come with them, and since we have a CNC plasma table, we can cut our own out. And now you can go buy these at John Deere, but some of them's, you know, $1,000 or more, so we've got our own stuff to do it. We're cutting out of 3/8 grade 50 steel today, which is the same stuff that John Deere uses, same thickness and everything. Like I say, this is for the engine belly pan, and I'll show you once we get over the welding table how all this goes together. There's some more pieces over here, bolt head protectors and struts and stuff. So you guys can follow along as I cut out. We've got to cut out one more rear plate under the drive pumps, one under the transmission pumps, I think one under the radiator, and I think I have a rear back plate. We call it the Batman plate, so you guys can see that's probably upside down, but kind of looks like a Batman. Anyway, we're going to get a torch moved over here, and since I've made so many of these, I have all these files already saved on the computer. I spent the time drawing them all up, so we're going to cycle the torch over here, make sure we got enough metal there to cut. I'm gonna move over a little more. Should be good that way. I'm gonna zero everything out. We're gonna close. That was our engine belly pan we just cut, so we're gonna close it out. Then we're probably gonna load the rear plate for the drive motors because it's the next biggest piece. You can find it. 850 must be over here. 850 rear belly pan under drive motors. That's it. Right now it's loading all the code for that to cut. Pretty simple piece. It's just got it's a square rectangle plate with a bunch of holes. I'm getting ready to start her up here. Slow the speed down. I always cut the holes out first on these so everything stays nice and true. Right now it's cutting out bolt holes to fasten it up. These pieces here actually will weld around here, and there'll be a bolt in there to it'll protect the head of the bolt. Alright, there's the rear plate. Got it done. I actually found while that was cutting, I found a used takeoff plate. We parted some of these tractors out, so I found a used rear Batman plate. Turn it around. Kind of looks like Batman. What do you guys think? We got that one done already, I guess. Engine, rear one. So we've got two more left. We got a square one under the radiator. I think that was it from the previous one. We got to cut one of those out, and there's a triangle plate too. And I don't think I've got enough steel left here. We'll go see what we got. We're going to close this file out. And we'll load the triangle one next. 850. There we go. 50, small belly pan under radiator, small triangle belly pan. There we go. Load it up. I don't think I got enough room on the sheet. We're gonna have to change sheets. If I remember right. We'll move up this way. I'm almost positive it's not gonna be big enough. Moving the torch over here and I'll let it do kind of zero it right there. So right now I don't know if you can see that, we're right at that corner. I'm going to move the torch up to the very tip top. And a little bit past it. Like we made it, but I don't think we got enough to the right, so. And we don't. We're out there and you see the torch heads up here. And we're sitting in outer space out there, so this sheet of steel is not big enough for that, so we're gonna get another one. May have to grab a full sheet. I don't think I got any pieces big enough. I got some full sheets down there. We'll get another one set up there and we'll show you guys on the next piece. Alright, let's see if we can get this sheet off here and get another one. Alright, let's see if we can get this new sheet up here. Alright, that was a little bit of a struggle by myself. This sheet is actually 10 foot wide. My table will handle a 5 by 10 sheet. This is actually a 4 by 10 sheet. Reason is sometimes the steel's a little cheaper that way. It's just how it comes. So it's nice having the ability to cut something a little bigger than the normal 4x8 sheet. But it is a little tight to get in here. They don't give you much room. So what we're doing now, we're squaring up about 55 1/4. Squaring up the sheet so we're not wasting much of anything. And we're about 56 1/4, so we gotta slide that other end about 1 inch. See if we can walk it over here. Try that. So what we're trying to do here is get this edge of the sheet square with the track here when it runs, so it cuts nice and straight. Even though we're cutting out little pieces, it's just a good rule of thumb. So for the next time, and you still got to go a little bit more. $56.5. $56.5. That'll work. So we'll get this block out of the way. Got a grounder sheet. Put it up here out of the way. And I'll reset this. Get our torch moved back over to the edge. Okay, we'll zero that out. And then I guess we'll go ahead and cut our triangle belly pan here next. We'll slow the speed down a little bit to cut the holes. We should be good to go. Triangle plate. Put it over here in the forklift. Cut out one bolt head protector. I lost the OC in here. And there's the other. So what those do, I'll show you inside here, but the bolt will go in here, and this will just protect the head. Like if you run over a rock, stump, or something, it protects the bolt head so it don't get damaged, so we can get her off next time. Now we got one more to cut out. Let's cycle the torch over. Off the edge of that. We will close this one. Those files. Load one more. We need the small one under the radiator. There it is. Right in the code. And we are ready to cut. can see these little, they actually call them lead ins and lead outs. So whenever that torch lights off, it likes to, and it blows a big spot out. So what I'll do, I'll set that thing where it's off a couple 100,000 units. It'll start over here, then it curves in and starts to set the teeth. Same way when it exits, will be a lead out. So that way you don't have a rough edge where you're trying to blow your hole. Makes a nice clean cut that way. You guys can see how clean that is. It's not a laser by no means, but it's plenty good enough for this stuff. You can kind of see that edge here, how clean it cuts. Anyway, we'll get these pieces over next door to the welding shop. We got a couple pretty cool videos coming up on the 850. Pretty in-depth stuff on it, so you guys don't want to miss that. And I think we got something else pretty big planned after that. We do have our crew cab build. We're still brainstorming ideas. We've got a pretty close thing of what we're doing. It's going to be super cool, but it's going to be coming up here next. Gotta get the truck drug in the shop, but I'm gonna get these pieces over there and knock this slag off, ground up, and we'll get set up and do a little bit of welding. All right, back over here in the main shop. We got our pieces set out. Whenever we plasma cut, it leaves a little bit of a, you can see that little edge, I call it dross. It's just a byproduct. A lot of times you can chip it off. You can see that little build up there. What I'm going to do, I'm going to grind all the edges down, get everything cleaned up, set up, and then after I get that done, we'll be back and I'll show you, we'll tack those pieces up. Alright, we got all the pieces laid out. These are the pieces, this is a belly pan for the engine right here. See, I've got all these laid out, actually cut. I don't know if you can see, there's square notches that's cut out in this plate, and these have tangs go down in to line that up. Same thing with back here. Yeah, it kind of fits down in that hole right there. Got square tangs in there, and then this piece, so they're all locked together in the same every time. You don't have to do any measuring. We got our other plates. I'm gonna go ahead and tack on these. As I said earlier, these are bolt protectors, bolt head protectors. So we'll weld those on about 3 places. Now to protect the bolts and get those done and get everything tacked up, and then we'll fully weld everything. So. Alright guys, we got all this stuff welded up. Got the little bolt head protectors on here. On all those, I got the back side of this welded up. I got it welded on both sides everywhere, so pretty much how the factory did it. Only thing we got left to do is flip this one over and get these little bolt head protectors on there. We're pretty much done. You can see right here where I had those square holes pierced through to line up the framework underneath. I'll go ahead and weld those up solid, and we'll get the other ears on there for the bolt heads. And I think that's about it. So if you guys like this kind of stuff, let me know. We do have 2 cool videos coming out on the 850 coming up. The 850 that these belly pans are going on, so it's a couple pretty in-depth videos, so I ain't gonna get it up yet, but you guys keep an eye out for those. Like, share, and subscribe our stuff. And we've got some stuff coming up for the crew cab too. We've got some ideas settled in. We're still bumping some stuff back and forth, so yeah, if you like this stuff, leave us a comment down below and keep on watching us. We got some cool stuff coming.